So for today's webinar, what I have decided to share with you is that I will be discussing first, what do you mean by career? Then what was the impact of lockdown? Then what are the pillars and components of IT? And I will be discussing the global scenario of IT, role of IT in various sectors. And also I will be discussing on the future opportunities, some of the thrust areas of IT, government initiatives to promote the IT sector in India, and I will be discussing IT as a course in KK Polytechnic. Okay, so let us start with. First, let me congratulate you that all of you have got good marks in your 10th standard and all have joined to start your career. But first, let me discuss what is career. So there is a quote, a career is not just about earning an income, it is about pursuing the essence of your life. So a ideal career should fulfill your goals, your vision, your interest, values, and skills. But most of the times, what is the difficulty is that we don't know how to find out your career, right? So let me help you with your career. So basically, whenever you're trying to decide your career, you have to decide on three questions. Okay. First question is that what do I like? Okay. So you have to answer this question, and whatever will be the answer of your question will tell you about your hobby. Okay. Second question that you should ask yourself is what should I do? Okay. So the answer to this question will tell you about your dream. The third question that you should ask is, what can I do? And this basically will lead you to your job. And you know that job is very essential for paying all the different bills. But does all these three questions answer the very important question that what do you mean by career, right? So whenever you try to answer all these three questions, okay, the intersection of all these three questions to lead you to the sweet spot that you could term it as a career. Okay, as this is illustrated in this diagram. So what you like, what you should do, and what you can do. So this is the sweet spot here. Okay, and this sweet spot, red spot, is nothing but your career, right? See, you have to very carefully choose your career because you are going to means work in that particular field for a very, very long time. So you should be very careful in which direction you are going. So I hope that with these three questions, you will be able to answer the question that how you should choose your career, right? So after answering all these questions, if your answer is information technology, then first I will discuss why it is important and what is the role of IT. Now, you all know that recently, right from the March month, lockdown has been started, and there is not a single person who has not been impacted by this lockdown. And we all know why this lockdown was enforced by the government to stop the COVID-19 pandemic. And currently, we are still facing this problem. And but due to this, what has happened is that as you can see here, we all have been locked in your houses, okay? And whatever work is there. Now, let us consider our colleges and universities. All the students are at home, right? And every business has been impacted. So, what is the solution for this? The teachers have started online classes, right? Businesses are, means your father or mother may be working from their home, and all the businesses all over the world are either operating from their home, on their PC, on their laptop, and everything is being done online, right? Now, why this is possible, right? This is all possible because of information technology, right? So information technology has provided all these benefits to any end user who is currently impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, right? But let us say define what is information technology. So there are many definitions. But very simply, I would put it something like this, that whenever you use the computers to store, retrieve, transmit, and manipulate information in such a way that it helps you in carrying out your business, you could term it as information technology, right? Now, this IT constitutes lots of components. One by one, I'm going to show you all those components. So basically, they will be covering your networking, hardware, software, internet, right? Now, currently, imagine if we all are in lockdown and if there was no internet, we would have been quite I think you can quite imagine without internet how we could have survived this lockdown, isn't it? So IT has helped us to carry us through this pandemic, isn't it? And today, as you know, we live in an information age, or you could say this is the era of information technology, right? Now, let us discuss what are the pillars of this IT. So you can say it could be divided into IT governance, IT operations, and the hardware and infrastructures. Now, IT governance helps us to effectively carry out our organization's operations. Then hardware and infrastructures are must, right? And in a short sentence, if I want to say something about IT, it helps us to automate and create processes for many of the operations, right? At the bottom of the screen, I have put the 9 pillars of Digital India. I will be speaking about this in the latter slides. So you can easily see for yourself that IT field is very, very widely used. And now such is the scenario that we cannot survive without IT. Next, let us discuss what are the components of IT. So as I have earlier told you in the earlier slides, hardware is there, software is there, data is very, very essential. Then people working on this particular system, they are very important, and the network, right? And other components are also there, which are very helpful in carrying out the different functions of all these components, right? There are different procedures like how to operate on the data, right? Now, next we will see what is the role of IT in different fields. The first role that we all have tremendously used in the pandemic is our entertainment. Imagine you have to live without your mobile or your PC or laptop without entertainment, right? Now we all have utilized this lockdown period in surfing the net, in using the social network. Nowadays, there is not a single person who is not on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Then online games are there, sports are there, movies are there, then animation and music is there. Means IT is tremendously inside the entertainment field. And this is the reason why it is so popular, isn't it? Second role of IT is in the e-commerce, right? Now, nowadays, we most of the things we can easily buy online. So, say suppose if I want a particular product, so I can directly go to Amazon, Flipkart, and we can directly just I have to click my options and that particular item will be delivered at my home. So this has been achieved in this era all because of IT, isn't it? Then next is in education, right? Right now, our second year and third year students, we have enrolled in the college, and how we are teaching them? We are teaching them through online classes, isn't it? So if you have been surfing the YouTube, I think you may have heard about Khan Academy, and lots of different educational classes are there. So such type of facilities were never possible in the generations of your father, mother, or even my generation. But this has been easily provided to lot of you people, and I think many of the students are easily using them, isn't it? You may have heard that particular advertisement of Byju's, isn't it? Shah Rukh Khan promotes Byju's, and then recently Vedantu is also there. So IT has encroached the education field as well. Now next, this is used in, say, suppose some e-governance is there. Nowadays, gone are the days when, suppose if I want to take my income certificate, birth certificate, death certificate, or some, say, suppose Setu records, right? Earlier I have to go there physically and then apply for that. Nowadays, even passport you can apply for online, isn't it? And then you can easily, after filling the form, only once you have to go there physically, and then every work is done online. So this is one particular facility that is provided through IT, isn't it? Then next sector is the environment, right? Constantly the scientists and researchers are collecting the data, they are analyzing it, and they are predicting the weather or climate change. So this has never been possible in earlier era. So suppose if cyclone is coming, isn't it? So who actually provides us this information? Our scientists and researchers earlier warned us about these coming cyclones. Next role of IT is in human health and medicine. Right now, all over the world, the researchers are presenting their data on COVID-19 pandemic on an online platform. They are sharing what could be the solution for this COVID-19 vaccine. So earlier it was not possible, but now this is possible, all because we all are networked globally, isn't it? And IT has enabled this. Next, IT role is in the transport, isn't it? Many of you are using the Yatra, or say suppose Make My Trip facility. Even some of the people are using this M Indicator app, isn't it? Earlier, say suppose if I'm new in Mumbai and I do not know that how to go from one platform to another platform for a local train. So this is one particular facility provided by the government so that it will help you, isn't it? So this has been made possible because of the IT. Not only this, IT is playing a tremendous important role in our defense and military. Recently, we have bought the Rafale, but one thing you should always know that to control the flight control mechanism, or to say suppose attach or detach a missile to that particular aircraft, all this is done through the software. And here IT plays a very important role. Nowadays it's not like that you have to physically carry the arm and then you have to shoot your enemy. Here, if your software is working properly, you can hit your target within no time. So these are the different roles played by the IT in different sectors. Now next I will discuss with you what is the global scenario. Currently we all are connected through IT, isn't it? And day by day, the on global level or on national level, this growth will grow on unlimited, isn't it? As far as we are using our computers, as far as we are using any products, we will definitely be using the IT technology. Now, you may be thinking that what are the job opportunity sectors in IT? So, first, as you know, software development is there. Second, mobile application development is there. Third, networking is there. Then different domains are there. Recently digital marketing has been made available, right? Then cyber security is a tremendously growing field. Then database management is there. Not only that, animation, as I have shown you on the earlier slides, so this will come under the multimedia technologies. And entrepreneurship means it's not necessary that you will be doing a job. You can also start your own business, isn't it? So these are the some of the job opportunities in this field. Now, next, I will be discussing with you what are the key categories of IT industry. So, what is actually happening is that some broad categories are there, like suppose software is there, devices and infrastructure is there, plus some IT business services are there, emerging technologies are there. Emerging technologies means such a nowadays AI is coming up, artificial intelligence, then telecom services are there. So these all are coming under the different categories of IT industry. And you can see from the percentages what is the global market, what is the US market, and the same thing is applicable in most of the countries. Next, these are some of the thrust areas of IT. So here, as you can see, IT is used in agriculture, environment, healthcare, education, energy, and transportation. So one by one, I will be discussing these thrust areas of IT. So first is artificial intelligence. So maybe in your homes nowadays, you people are using Alexa. So I think there is one funny advertisement on our TV. Like a boy is there who is doing his homework. So he asks the Alexa, what is 2 plus 3 is equals to? And the Alexa answers that answer. So this is also one use of this AI, right? Then second is Internet of Things. So you may have heard about the home automation. So home automation, it is now being providing a lots of facilities in our. So this is also an emerging area. Then robotics is there. You may have heard that in Singapore, that say suppose robots are being utilized to deal with the COVID-19 patients. So this is also one use of the robotics. Then next emerging field is cyber security. So like every day we are on the internet and it is very essential that this data should be protected, and hence cyber security has gained lots of significance and importance. Next, our thrust area is augmented reality. So nowadays, if you just utilize certain headset or certain technologies, you all get some 3D view of the same thing. If you have watched the Hollywood movie called as Avatar, then you may have experienced this augmented reality. So how this has been made possible? This has been made possible only because of the IT. Next thrust area is that, like here I am showing 3D printing is there, right? And one more emerging field of IT is the data science, right? Now currently, even Facebook is there, Instagram is there, Google is there, everywhere our data is there, right? So data is there, but then what we have to do with that data? So in the coming years, data science will provide a lot of jobs. So there are many opportunities in this field of data science, that you can become either a data analyst, you can become data scientist, right? So in this way, you can means find a lot of opportunities in this particular field. And since the importance of IT has tremendously increased, even government has taken some initiatives in this direction. Our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir has already, when he took the tenure in 2014, right? So right from that era, he has been advocating digital India, right? And we all have experienced during demonetization that digital payments are very, very essential. So all this has been made part of the Digital India and the Make in India. Not only this, for students, every year the government conducts Smart India Hackathon. This is a competition open to all the students, and the industry related problems are given to the students, and whosoever is the winner gets a very good opportunity and funding from the government. And recently our Prime Minister has provoked the youth, means you people, that we should take our country in the direction of self-sufficiency. Means Atmanirbhar Bharat is the road ahead. Means you people, they may not do a job, they may be self-employed, and then you may take this opportunity to develop not only yourself but all the other people as well. Then let us say what is the future in IT industry. So, as I have already discussed in the earlier slides, different sectors are there. So here you can see web development, cyber security, and all the different fields. Now, you may have read this particular article in the newspaper that IT will definitely top the sector in the coming era. And you may have uh, read this thing that in the coming 2 years, right now we are 40 crores people online, which may increase to 65 crore, and then 30 lakh people may be working in the IT sector. Now, these are some of the top players in the IT sectors at global level and maybe at different levels. So there is a very big IT industry in India as well as a global ways. Right? Some of the names you may have seen the logos, you may have heard about them. I think everybody may have heard about the Infosys, TCS. Some also dream about working in Capgemini, Cognizant. And I'm very happy to tell you that many of our students are working in these big corporations. Lastly, I would discuss why you should prefer information technology branch of KKY Polytechnic. I think you may have known about this that this is a 3 year course which will constitute 6 semesters, and there are lots of different opportunities for you. We are committed to develop not only your academic skills but also your overall personality development. We are having a student association in the department, and students are urged to participate in them. Many of the students either work as a particular treasurer or say suppose they become the presenter. So lots of opportunities are made available to the students, and we are keen to develop our students not only in academics but certain soft skills which may be helpful to you people in your facing the job interviews, or maybe some of you may become self-employed. Then we as a department arrange expert lectures, industrial visit. You won't believe it, right now everything is closed, means right now students are not coming to colleges, but still our online lectures are going on as per the schedule. Also, we are arranging expert lectures online. Recently, we had arranged one YouTube live seminar for the students on the topic of animation. Then, for this particular diploma course, recently in 2017-18, means every 5 years MSBT changes the course, changes the scheme. Sorry. So currently, I scheme is started, and I scheme means it has been made compulsory for every student that they have to do the micro project for every subject. And not only this, at in every vacation period you all have to do compulsory industrial training. So all these different facilities are made available to you people who have taken admission in the IT department. Now, maybe still, if you are having any doubts regarding your career, then these are some numbers that I have given. Myself, MS Karande, and my other two staff, so their mobile number is there. You can contact us at any time to ask any of your query. And lastly, I would discuss with you that why you should take admission in our department. Okay. So first reason that I would tell you is that this department is accredited by NBA. Now, what do you mean by NBA? This is a National Board of Accreditation. So accreditation means what? It is a kind of a global recognition. Means a student who has passed from the accredited college, he would be recognized for his diploma even if he goes to some other countries. Means one or two more students have directly gone to the foreign countries for their future studies. So this is one advantage of passing out from accredited department. Second reason that I would say is that here in the I scheme we implement outcome based education. What is the difference between outcome? Outcome is what? Here we concentrate that students should not only get marks, but they should acquire the skills that are required to become a good engineer. The third reason that I would suggest is that our staff are using ICT tools for teaching learning process. Now, what are ICT tools means? Now, say suppose for conducting lectures, I may use certain, say suppose video conferencing tools, like say suppose Zoom, Google Meet, GoToWebinar, or for sharing the notes or giving the assignments, I may be using Google Classroom. Some of the staff are using Moodle platform. So these are nothing but the ICT tools which helps the students in teaching learning process. Then we as a department are committed to provide quality education to all our students, and this is reflected in the results of our students. The fifth reason I would say is that a very good mentoring facility is provided to the student. So what actually happens is that for every 20 students, one mentor, that is one faculty is appointed, and that faculty is responsible for all the overall development of that particular students. So student may share their academic problems, sometimes even they share their personal problems with the assigned staff. So the mentors are very committed to help the students. Next is that in our field, more job opportunities are available, right? I have shown you lots of different domains, and you can explore these different domains for the job opportunities. Then in IT department, all staff are regular, and there is not ad hoc staff, and all are dedicated for the well-being of the students. Eighth reason I would say is that we have MOUs, means Memorandum of Understanding, means we have built up ties with the industries. Like I have told you that every summer you have to do industrial training. So we are having good industry linkage, and because of this, whatever we are teaching the students, so not only academics is covered, but time to time different expert lectures, visits, all are arranged with the help of this particular industry performance. Ninth reason I would say is that successful alumni. Most of our alumni are successfully well established in the society. Many are working in MNCs, some are self-employed, some have become entrepreneurs. So there is quite a success story of most of the alumni from this department. And the 10th reason I would say is that this IT department is the leading institute in Nasik. If you compare it with other polytechnics, so in most of the polytechnics, IT has been closed down, but we are very glad to tell you that all our seats are filled and all our results are very good, and that is why I would say that we are the leading institute in information technology in Nasik. So if you are having any kind of doubt in your mind that why you should take admission in IT department, so all your questions would be answered because of this 10 reasons. So I am very glad that all of you have patiently stayed with us and listened to what I have to say about this particular branch.